Hello everyone, welcome to today's stream. I'm not here alone today. I have got the lovely, the wonderful, the enigmatic C8S with me.
I'm on fire and burning in hell right now. Hello, everybody.
We're going to be doing some ranking today. Thank you to everyone. If I've missed any birthday wishes, thank you very much. And Becca, yes, it is the one I got for my birthday. Thank you very much. It is, a lot better than the last one. It's a lot less fuzzy and grainy, but I still need to play around with the settings.
He's looking mighty HD right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. Okay. So let's just jump into this first list because I've already set it up, and hopefully the rest of the lists will fit nicely into the little box I've created. So we haven't really got a huge plan on what we're going to do, but I think we're just going to talk it through, and then we'll just put stuff into the categories that we think is most suited based on what we both say. So,
yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
So let's start with the first one then, which is Crobat.
Did you explain what the list was?
Oh, no, I have not. That is a good question. The list is Pokemon evolutions that were in a separate gen to the original Pokemon. So, for example,
new evolutions of all Pokemon. Yes.
new evolutions. Yeah. So, for example, Crobat evolves from Golbat, but Golbat is a Generation 1 Pokemon. And Crobat is a Generation 2 Pokemon. So there we go.
And Crobat is the
9.
best.
Oh yeah, there's no Gen 9 in this list. You know what? I didn't even.
Who cares?
Didn't even look about to see about Gen 9.
King Gambit sucks.
we could just pull a list up and just talk through them at the end, I guess. But
the only one that matters is the Dunsparce.
Yeah, the Dunsparce is pretty cool.
I don't even know anymore after that, to be fair. That's the only two I can think of.
Dunsparce, yeah, King Gambit. Oh, Annihilate.
Oh, actually, no, it's cool. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Annihilate is my go-to raid den, or whatever you want to call it. Mon.
I don't do raid dens anymore.
No, that's fair enough.
They hurt me. They hurt me internally.
Yeah. They can.
Shield raid dens. Dynamax Adventures. I do Dynamax Adventures.
Each to their own, I suppose. Each to their own.
It brings me joy.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad. You know what brings me joy? Crobat. Crobat brings me.
Brings me joy too.
A lot of joy. I'm just, you know what? I'm just going to put it into S tier. Just as my.
I'm willing to just throw him straight at the top.
Okay,
throw him up there.
But that's good. We're starting with an agreement.
But unlike everyone else, I love Zubat and Golbat too.
Yeah, I love Zubat and Golbat. I mean, Zubat is absolute ass to actually use in a team, but...
Oh yeah, Absorb is not fun. But whenever I talk to people, they're like, yeah, Crobat's the best, and it's like a 900 million% improvement over Golbat. It is not. Golbat is a funny fella. Sometimes it's just that he got cooler. He didn't get better, he got cooler. I love both of them. I love the whole line. I think in fact Crobat is probably my least favorite just because his shiny is disgusting.
That's a controversial opinion. I won't lie, but I will say that yeah, I would prefer if Crobat was green, but I don't hate the pink shiny. You know, it's all right. I think Generation 1 Golbat is still kind of being weighed down by its cursed Gen 1 sprites.
Well, the reason I know why he's pink, and it's because do you know about the whole controversy on whether Gen 1 to 5 were palette swaps? Like the shinies were palette swaps?
Yes.
Yeah, so Zubat and Golbat. Zubat and Golbat, they're blue and purple, so they're blue body, purple wings, / red.
Mm-hmm.
And Crobat is purple body, blue wings. And their shinies are green body, pink wings, and his shiny is pink body, green wings.
Yeah.
It makes sense why he's pink. But no, it's like when Nidoqueen turned green, but like with pink on it, and I'm like, can you
Yeah,
not make it make sense?
that's one thing that Game Freak is never gonna do, unfortunately.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. How ironic. Well,
I know.
Blossom. Uh, don't really have any strong feelings for Blossom. I don't know about you. I
Why are you
mean,
pronouncing Blossom as Blossom?
Blossom because it's double O at the end, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Oh,
Its name is just a corruption of the word blossom.
are you sure? Because I thought it went
Yes.
on from Gloom, like but Gloom,
It
Blossom,
it does come from gloom, yes, but it's just
Belos.
blossom. It's not
Oh,
blossom.
it is. Oh well, don't I feel like an
And
absolute
I
twat?
know this because I feel quite strongly for Blossom. I think Blossom is A tier
Okay.
because it was the first in a line of complete left turns for divergent evolutions, like Politoed after it. It
Yeah.
was a complete it went crazy. It got rid of a type. It became less ugly, I suppose. I just find it cool, but mainly I like Blossom because in Smash Brothers, when you send out Blossom in a Pokeball item, it says Blossom and then it dances.
Okay.
And I just like Blossom. I think
Okay.
it's cute.
Well,
I have nothing against the Pokemon unless they've personally offended me.
I was gonna put it in B tier because I didn't really have like any extreme feelings. But since you said A, yeah, I think we can put it in
Yes.
A. I think we can bump it up a spot from what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay, so Politoed. Now here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing I think about Politoed. If you look behind me there, you'll see that I've got a little Poliwhirl. I love Poliwhirl. I love Poliwag. I love Poliwrath. Always have. I used to have those little Pokemon rollers. I used to have the Poliwhirl one. It was my favorite thing in the world. And Politoed, it don't like Politoed very much. Does not follow the. I mean, it's got the little swirl thing here, but it doesn't really follow the. Doesn't really follow the theme at all of the rest of the line. And so I'm not a
No.
huge fan of Politoed for that reason. Thoughts?
Politoed, I'm mostly about Politoed on its shiny. I like the it's green and they're blue, and then when they shiny, they reverse.
Mm,
That's cool, fair enough. But Politoed, cute design, but unlike Blossom, it bears no semblance to its previous ones. Like at least Blossom was flower themed. The only thing Politoed relates to the others one on is it's a frog technically.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
So I don't hate Politoed. I like seeing it around in competitive. I like seeing it shiny, etc. But I wouldn't go any higher than B. I don't
I,
like, I'm
I was gonna put it in probably C. I
yeah.
don't hate Politoed, but I do also do not like Politoed.
I say put it in C because you have a stronger connection to the whole line as a
Hmm.
general thing.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. I'm just reading through chat. They want us to do unknown forms.
I already ranked the alphabet. Exclamation mark and question mark are both S tier. Moving on.
Okay, Espeon and Umbreon.
S tier for both.
S tier for
I will accept
both.
no less.
Okay,
No
you know
less.
what? They
Umbreon was
are
always
they are pretty cool. I do like Umbreon
Umbreon
more.
was always my guy.
I really want to use Umbreon in a playthrough. Well, that was an easy one. Slowking.
Slowking. Eh,
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
no.
yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't like Slowking that much.
We're gonna.
I'd put him in C personally.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm probably kind of aiming towards C as well. To be honest with you.
Just cause it's not as iconic as Slowbro.
Yeah.
Slowbro is definitely the more well-known one. I
Yeah.
think the bulky tail with the body, it looks better design-wise as opposed to having a big stupid crown on its head.
Mm.
I think Slowbro as a whole just works way better, and Slowking didn't need to exist, but I suppose they can do whatever they want, really.
I kind of always was like a little bit confused because I never used Slowpoke or Slowbro. Like I don't think I've ever used either or Slowking in like a team or in a game, just like in a
I have.
playthrough. I don't think I ever have, and it probably wasn't until maybe it probably was Generation 8 actually, because I've never used them before. I looked at Slowking, I was like, I don't really want to use you. I actually thought it was an evolution of Slowbro.
Yeah.
And yeah, doesn't really have any effect on what I think about it, but I just thought I'd tell that little anecdote. So Steelix.
I've got no special feelings towards it. Steelix though. Steelix. I do have special feelings towards Steelix.
Yep.
Steelix, it took Onyx, a Pokemon that was so cool but so weak, and then they were like, what if we made it cooler and it was actually strong? We backed it up. And instead of being the inferior rock type, we made it the Giga Chad steel type. I love me a Steelix. I love me a Steelix. It's not like I don't have incredible feelings towards it. Like I'm not super like, yeah, if there's a Steelix, it's going on my team. However, trading a Love Disc for a Steelix in Pokemon Y was my life. I was so excited about it.
No
so
brainer.
I'd say A
No
for
brainer.
Steelix.
Okay, you know what? I can respect that. I was probably going to put it in B myself, but you know, you clearly have some strong feelings for the
I
the
do.
Iron
I
Snake
think it's
here.
just out of all of these, I think it made the most improvement on its previous form.
Yeah, I think there's definitely an argument to be made. It is probably one of the best improvements, 100%.
Even though Onyx is like well known and from like the anime, Brock, all that, it's well known, but nobody thinks Onyx when they think Gen 1. I've never met anyone whose favorite
No,
Pokemon isn't Onyx.
I think if you went back to like the late 90s, I think a lot of people would have thought that Onyx was like one of the most iconic Pokemon because it was like quite heavily featured in the anime. It was like probably one of the biggest Pokemon as well. In fact, was it the biggest Gen 1 Pokemon?
It was, yes.
Yeah.
No, Gyarados might have been.
Well, it's definitely up there. So I think back in
It's one of
Generation
the two,
1,
yeah.
and there was kind of nothing really design-wise like it. I mean, obviously you've got like Ekans and Arbok, but yeah,
I was gonna say it's just Snake.
yeah, but it's like different because they're actual animals. This is kind of like a, you know, it's an amalgamation of different ideas. It's a stone snake with a horn, and yeah, but yeah, now
Yeah,
it's easy to forget. Easy to forget.
definitely over Steelix as well.
Yeah. Okay, well we know what's happening here.
I will not argue. I mean, it's called the S tier
No,
for Scizor.
You won't be arguing. You won't. It's my birthday.
I've nothing to argue
I'm
about.
putting
Scizor,
Scissor in S tier. S for Scissor. I'm putting it to the top.
he's the man.
He's the man.
Bug Steel type, absolutely phenomenal type. You
Amazing
can't
type.
argue with it.
Amazing
type. Scizor, I like Scyther. I love Scyther's whole thing. The flying, the Scyther hands. It's great. But with Scizor, it wasn't a downgrade. It wasn't like a strict upgrade, but it definitely didn't go any lower. Scizor is just as cool as Scyther. I think the whole Scyther line is great. I think they smashed every single one of them. But Scizor is definitely the most prolific. Like he's been around, like he's been in the spotlight more often, and he'll be in the spotlight more than the rest, probably till the end of time.
Yeah.
100%.
So
Scizor, he's got to be the S tier. You got to love him.
100%. Definitely S tier. I mean,
Where did your love for Scizor actually come from? Then?
For me, to be honest with you, I don't actually know. I remember seeing Scizor in Gen 2 and being like, damn, that's amazing. Where can I get me one of them? And obviously because this was like pre-internet, you know, I didn't know how to get a Scizor. I didn't know that you could evolve Scyther into Scizor by trading it with a Metal Coat. I didn't know what a Metal Coat was or where to find one. There's a few in there. There's like 3 in the game or something in there because I think there's 3 tradable Pokemon. Or is it just Steelix and Scizor? Anyway, but I remember seeing it and being like, damn, that is an amazing design. I am in love with this Pokemon. Where can I get it? And I probably didn't actually get one until Generation 4. And I pretty much always use it now.
I think that's actually what happened with me and Metagross. Metagross is like my second or third favorite Pokemon of all time. And I first played Sapphire, and I was like, I want a Metagross. You can't get one till you beat the game, so I didn't get one. And then it wasn't till Gen 7 where you can find one on like the third island where I was like, oh, I'm using it.
Hmm.
And now Metagross is an option. He's on the team.
Yeah,
So
100%.
I do get it. I do get it, to be fair. I do get it.
100%. Okay, so Kingdra.
Kingdra. Okay.
I'll let you go
Water
first.
Dragon. I think Kingdra. Yeah, I think they should have had more dragons in Gen 2, but this was a good choice. I mean, Horsey and Seadra, I like both of them. I do think they did deserve something. I think they might have gone a bit overboard with making it strong, especially in Gen 2. But, you know, it's whatever. I'm not gonna fight that. I do like Kingdra. I like it. I like its design. I like that it was a way to make Seadra more interesting. However, every trainer in any Pokemon game that's ever used one is a hell nightmare to fight, especially Juan. I'm looking at you, Juan, and I don't like you.
That's
But
fair.
I would put it in. I'd put it in B just because I have negative emotions towards fighting it, but I have positive towards what it represents and what it is.
Okay. Okay. Personally, for me, this beautiful looking seahorse,
Okay.
it completes it completes
Sort of tell where this is
the
going.
trifecta of stupendously awesome and amazing designs that Gen 2 put out for new Evos. Scizor, Crobat, and Kingdra. Love all of them. Kingdra, I haven't actually used Kingdra in Scarlet and Violet, and there is one reason for that.
Yeah.
Because it's just there's so many good Pokemon in that game, and I just haven't got around to it.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Lots to choose from.
but maybe I will. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it when I boot up the game.
I mean, it's always worth a try.
Yeah,
You got to
actually,
give every Pokemon a go.
is it in Scarlet and Violet?
Yes,
Okay, I was trying to remember.
I swear it is. It better be, otherwise I'm gonna look like an idiot. No, I think I fought it in a raid once and made me want to cry. I think I did it on stream, so
Okay.
that's why I think I remember it.
Yes.
Yeah, I
No, it
say B.
is.
So
It is. It was. It was. Yeah. Yeah. I fought a Kingdra in a raid as well. But yeah.
there we go then.
But yeah. There's so many good Pokemon and new Pokemon as well in Scarlet and Violet I wanted to use, and obviously one of the team is going to be used. Is going to be a Scizor, and just fill in the other five. It's hard.
Yeah,
Probably the main reason, to be honest with you, is because it wasn't introduced till the DLC. I think it was it Indigo Disc. I
yeah,
think it was introduced.
yeah, it
That's
was the
probably
second
why.
DLC as well.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
I was sick. I was sick of making new teams at that point.
I'll give it. I'll give you an A for that one then. We'll go slap bang in the middle.
Yeah, the middle sounds fine.
Yeah.
Middle's good for me.
Okay. Porygon 2.
S.
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 Okay.
I love the whole Porygon line. Every single one of them holds a special place in my heart. He was disrespected in the anime, but you know what? I like him. I like him a lot. I like his storyline that he tells through evolution. I like the fact that it's just a weird duck that they figured out in the 80s and they sort of don't know what to do anymore about it. Funny. He's got great shiny. He is really strong and really competitively good, even though he shouldn't. He's a duck. You know, Thunderbolt, Tri Attack, they bring me joy. Download is one of my favorite abilities ever, even though it's basically just reverse intimidation. It's awesome. I love Porygon 2. Porygon Z is my favorite, then Porygon 2, but that doesn't stop me from liking all of them the most. So Porygon 2 is S tier for me. It's gotta be.
Okay. Okay. I do not share your strong feelings, but I also do not disagree with you necessarily. Like, I think the thing I always think about Porygon 2 is it looks quite derpy. I think it looks super
What's the
derpy,
point?
and yeah, I know, but I like that. I do like that. I love its design. I can't say I've ever used a Porygon 2. If I've ever had a Porygon 2, it's because I've just evolved it and I'm about to evolve it again. But yeah, you know, Actually, I may have used Porygon 2 in Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time. I may have actually
Yeah, well,
used one quite a bit
Porygon
in that.
2 is Porygon 2 is actually more competitively viable than Porygon Z.
Mm.
If you give him the Eviolite,
Yeah,
he's just
Eviolite. Yeah.
stronger.
Well,
But
you know what?
he's also based on those little duck toys that sort of lean down and sip the water and then come back up. They're
Yeah,
Japanese.
yeah.
I love it.
It's a cool design. I'm gonna truce with you here, and I'm gonna go A because I was probably gonna go B.
Yeah, I'll accept A.
Okay. Right. There's Crazy Crab Man is clearly gonna want Hitmontop to go into S tier.
Crab, shut the fuck up.
I personally, I personally don't like Hitmontop very much. I,
Not only do I not like Hitmontop, I despise Hitmontop. D tier.
I mean, yeah, you know what? Fine. I was gonna go C tier, but you've persuaded me with your excellent argument. I don't know.
If
I like Hitmonchan. I like Hitmonlee. I think
there's
they both make sense, and kind of could have uh like looked over the Tyrogue thing and been like, well, I guess they do a baby Pokemon, they're fine, but adding Hitmontop, just yeah, it doesn't
it was
look
dumb and
yeah,
stupid.
it doesn't look cool. It doesn't look cool like Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee. They're like edgy kung fu guys, and he's just like a spinning top, and I don't see the logic in making that. Like,
I understand why he is what he is because he's based on that Brazilian dancing fighting style that with the name I don't pronounce for reasons. But he's based on that, which I get makes sense. That's why he spins on his head because they basically just break dance. Cool. I want him to be just a regular fighter. I prefer Sork and Throw over Hitmontop, and I love Sork and Throw. That's no shade to those two. Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan are two incredible examples of Pokemon. Just, they do what they do it good. People like them. There's very few that are like, I hate them. Hitmontop just doesn't fill the role. Tyrogue, cute, and it made sense as a way to connect the two because Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan were technically unrelated in Gen 1. It took Gen 2 introducing Tyrogue to
yeah,
actually bring them as
to
a
actually bring them
line.
together.
So
Yeah.
Tyrogue, I respect Tyrogue for making them a family. Hitmontop was an unnecessary attachment, and its evolution method makes me want to die.
Yeah, I've forgotten about that. Thanks for bringing up terrible memories.
Yes, it's awful.
Okay, Rose Raid is next. Should we do some quick fire ones? Should we do some quick fire ones to so we can get
Yeah,
onto
let's shoot some quick fires.
a different list? I'll tell you what. Let's just go through and we'll just go through some ones that we think we'll both agree on that 100%. So Amber Palm, I think we can both agree is going to be lower down, right? What would you go for? C, D?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So C,
Ampom would be D for me because
D. Okay.
A
Okay.
Apom is my least favorite Pokemon that isn't a transformation. So
Okay. All right. Well, fine. We'll go with the D. And then
I can live with that.
I, I think Magnezone for me will be an S tier.
Yep,
Yep. Okay. Bam. There he is.
the only option. S tier. He's one of the greatest evolutions ever.
Uh, Porygon Z. I would agree. Porygon Z. Awesome. S tier. Gliscor. I
Yes,
think would
S
be.
tier.
I think up there for me. Probably
I
S
don't
for
have
me.
personal attachment. I don't have personal attachment to Gliscor, but he is still wicked cool.
Okay.
Like I don't need to have attachment to understand that he is awesome. I'd S tier him myself, and his shiny's amazing.
Yes. Yes. It's shiny is. Peak. Peak. Okay. Anything else jumps out to you?
I love Yan Mega so much.
Okay. Yeah, I actually like Yanmega. I probably would have put it in A myself, but we'll bump it up to S. And actually, Togekiss as well. I think would probably be an S tier for me.
See,
The only
see,
reason I don't have a
Togekiss,
Togekiss in Scarlet and Violet is because Togepi actually isn't in the game.
Togekiss would be my B tier because
Okay,
I don't have any opinion towards it. I've never used one. I watched the anime. I prefer Togepi over Togekiss. So I would B tier it. So I just say average out to A tier. Now, I know this is out of left field. Runerigus is one of my favorite Pokemon. Like top 20.
damn.
Why? I think it's just such an upgrade over Cofagrigus, who I still love. But the way he stands, the way he moves, his design aspects, the idea behind him, I like his shiny. I don't like his evolution method, but I could ignore that because the rest is great. So Runerigus would be I'd be S tier. Do you know what? A lot of these are S tier for me.
Okay,
uh,
I don't know how I feel as strongly as you do, but top 20 Pokemon, I think I would be insulted if I said this was one of my favorite Pokemon of
he's
all
so
time,
good.
and
He's
and
so
you
good. And
you bumped it down a tier. So let's just put Kingdra up as well while we're talking about that.
Ground Ghost as well.
And Ground Ghost, yeah, good typing, good typing. Okay,
Great. I love Ground Ghost.
Mr. Rhyme's got to be low down, right?
No, Mr.
No,
Rhyme, he's A
no,
tier.
what? Okay, well,
A tier, Mr. Rhyme.
I was gonna put him in C tier. So I
I'll let you
guess
take C. I'll let you take. If
I'll
you were gonna put C,
put
put
him
him in
in
B.
B. I'll put him in B. He stays in B for now.
Yes. Mr.
Okay.
Rhyme. I love
Uh,
Mr. Rhyme.
oh, Surfetched. Crab is asking for Surfetched as well.
C tier.
C tier, really? Okay. I was gonna say B tier. I think
Much
Surfetched.
needed, but I have no personal opinion.
I think Surfetched deserves a B tier personally. I'm gonna put him in B. I hope you don't have any major
Put him in B.
issues with
Put him
that.
in B.
Uh,
I don't have anything against him, but I mean, it does just look like a white Farfetch with a big leak.
okay, yeah, I can't deny that you do have a point there, but I
But
think
he was
it's
much
I
needed.
think
He was
it's
definitely
yeah,
necessary, and I'm glad he came
it's one of
around.
those where we knew that Farfetch needed something, and I'm
Oh, for
glad
sure.
that they came up with this. It's kind of one of those
It's
like
just why would they?
goofy designs as well. Like they when they came out with like a Alolan Executor, everyone was like, that is so ridiculous. And then this was kind of like the
Yeah.
Gen 8
Also,
one, I think, that everyone looked at and was like, there's a giant leak.
he's 3 times as heavy as Duraludon. Just
Yes,
throwing that out there. Duraludon's 40
I
kilograms.
remember hearing about that in your recent short.
It's infuriating.
Yeah,
Why?
it's very
I'm
strange.
gonna quick fire. I'm gonna quick fire 3 that I think are in S tier, and I will let you decide
Okay,
based on your opinion
okay.
of them. Tangrowth, Electivire, Magmortar. Every single one of them, I've used them all at once. They are so good.
I hate to break it to you. Not a huge fan of any of these. Not a huge fan.
You piece of shit.
I just they just don't do it for me. I would have loved it. I would have loved it if, first of all, they evolved without trading, because I hate trade evolutions. I hate them so
Yeah,
much.
everyone
It's not.
hates trade
That's
evolutions.
not necessarily why I don't think they're as good as something like Kingdra. But I don't know. I've just never really. I've used them before. I've used all 3 of them before. I've just never really got on with them. Never really gelled with them. I don't
You're
despise
gonna
any
make
of
me.
them. Uh,
You're gonna make me start smoking.
I
Stressing
think
me out.
I think my favorite of the 3 is probably Tangrowth, because he's a little goofy guy.
Tangrowth, he's so funny.
He is funny.
Electivire is he takes the silly rotundness of Electabuzz and makes it lean beefcake, and also he's super cool. Magmortar has guns on his hands, so you don't get much cooler than that.
Magmortar does have guns on his hands. That is true. That is
And
true. You
if
know
you have a
what?
complaint about his lips. I would like to point out that Magmar has an ass on his forehead, so everyone still likes Magmar.
You know what? I will A tier them for you. I will A tier them for you. Since you're,
Was yours going to be B tier
I was
or
probably
C
gonna
tier?
go. I was probably gonna go B for Tangrowth and C for Electivire Magmortar, but I can
I have too I
I
have too
can
much love for these guys.
I can respect. I can respect. Okay, I'll do the same then.
Listen,
Oh,
okay,
go on.
hit me with yours.
So, uh, hang on. Okay, so there's probably only one more. No, there's probably two more I'd put in S tier that we've got left, and they are Gallade and Frostlass.
Okay. Okay, Gallade, I will happily give him the A tier. So if you're really heavily into him, you can chuck him wherever you want.
Okay.
Psychic fighting. It's unlike Blossom, unlike Politoed. Gallade is a perfectly natural evolution. Ralts Curlier Gallade.
Agreed.
It's totally fair. His Mega looks like Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! I can't hate that personally. So Gallade, I give him A tier. I don't use him. I've used him once, and he was sick then, so I have no reason to hate him. And who was the other one you said? Frostlass.
Frostlass.
Frostlass. I like Ice type. I like Ghost type. I like the whole feeling of it. However, the fact that its hands are attached to its earlobes, I don't like. So I would B tier it. So if you want ST, do whatever.
Damn. Damn. B tier for Frostlass.
Its hands being its earlobes is genuinely so distressing to me that I can't put it any higher. That's the only reason it's in B tier.
Okay, so uh, you know what? I'm sticking it in A tier because I would go S, you would go B. That's bang in the middle. I think that's fair.
If you think Gallade is S tier, I would happily let him be there because if he was there, I wouldn't argue.
No, I'll keep him in. I'll keep him in. I'll keep him in A tier. I think we've kind of. Oh no,
You,
you said A tier, didn't you, for Glade? Oh, you know what? Yeah,
I said A tier.
fuck it. He's going into S tier.
You were willing to let Electivire and Magmortar, who you were considering the lower half, into A tier because I
Mm.
love him so much. You can have Gallade because
Okay,
again, I think he's higher end A tier for me, and he's higher end S tier for you. So I think he deserves to at least be in the S tier.
fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
I
So
dropped money on my floor.
are there any more S tiers on this list, Chris? What about the
Any more S
evolutions?
tiers?
Are there any more S tiers on here?
I do like I do like Leafeon, but I would A tier Leafeon.
I would probably A tier uh Leafeon and Glaceon.
Glaceon would be B tier for me, because I
Okay.
think it does need more in the design. The design does need a bit
Okay.
more.
Fair. Fair.
But
I
uh,
I'll submit to that way of thinking. That's fair.
we agree on Leafeon. Leafeon's A tier. Glaceon, yeah. Um, Sylveon, what's your opinion on Sylveon?
uh, I have used Sylveon once, and I enjoyed using it. That is my opinion. I have no like. I think it's kind of like Glaceon kind of has too little in its design. I feel like Sylveon has maybe a little bit too much. Maybe like if the bow on the head wasn't there, it would look better.
Well, all the evolutions got their type across perfectly with very little. Jolteon is spiky,
Mm.
Flareon is orange, Umbreon is black and yellow, Espeon has a jewel in the forehead. They needed very little to get their type across, but for Sylveon, pink wasn't enough because Espeon was already pink. So it's pink, white, blue, and they put ribbons on it, and it's real cute. I don't argue. I'm not like saying that it's a bad design, but when it's the only evolution I've never actually used on a team. I would put it B tier just because my opinions on it are literally, I don't think it's ugly. So that's about it.
Okay. So we're both agreed basically then B tier is going to be okay.
B tier works for me. Can we just chuck Roserade up? I'm tired of seeing him at the front. Can we just chuck him up somewhere? Like I would A tier him. I have used him. I would A tier him. If you S tier him,
I would
again,
probably A tier
no
as
one would
well.
argue.
I would probably A tier to be fair. I like
All right
Roserade's
then. Hate
design
to, hate
a
to.
lot, but I've never really found using it on a team has helped me loads because I don't like grass is probably my least favorite type to use.
I weak.
I've never been able to gel with the grass type whatsoever. So
Just not found the right grass type, friend. You just not found the right grass type.
maybe not, maybe not. I mean, Sceptile maybe use Sceptile quite a bit.
I used a I in my Heart Gold Soul Silver playthrough. I used a Victory Bell for that whole thing.
Really?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
get Bellsprout and
yeah,
Sprout Tower.
yeah.
I had
Bellsprout
Victory
really
Bell the whole
early.
time. I love Victory Bell. I have feelings towards Victory Bell that no other human on Earth does.
Maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll try using a Victory Bell.
It's not
Soon.
even that. It's not like a phenomenal breakthrough of a Pokemon either. I mean, it's just another grass poison type. But I just used it, and in Gen 2, you can make anything work.
Mm,
So
true.
I just
True.
used it.
Yeah. Apart from a game.
Um,
Uh. Okay. So. Crab is asking. Do we like water? Sparkling water Basculegion or red wine Basculegion?
I think everyone prefers Red Wine
I think
Basculegion
everywhere.
more.
Yeah. I think if you do prefer this
I
one, what the hell's wrong with you? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I hate it.
I think Red Basculegion is A tier. I would have put the blue Basculegion or the white Basculegion. I would have put that at B tier, honestly. Just because
Really?
there's nothing. It's definitely not better, but it's not like an insult to the design. It's still a cool ghost fish.
I okay, I agree kind of. I don't think it's an insult to the design, but I just think it looks so much worse. It's not just the fact that it's a different color. The face, it kind of looks like a really old guy with a mustache.
Yeah. Well, sometimes
Uh
the Ken Sugimori art doesn't do him justice. Because in game, it's
yeah,
just they look basically the same.
yeah, yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
But
You know what? I'll bang it in
the
C tier.
it's like how I don't like female Meowstick as much as male Meowstick, but it's I get what they were trying.
Mm.
There's two different kinds, so they just made them sort of different.
Yeah,
I can live with that.
yeah.
I'm trying to look at what ones we have left that are popular, and it's basically everything pre-Gen 8 is still popular.
I I actually will throw a wild card out there, which actually I think I will put an S tier. I would choose to go an S tier, whether you agree with
If
me
you
or
say
not.
licky licky, we're gonna fight.
No, 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 no. I mean,
Okay, then go.
I enjoy a bit of licky licky, but that's another story. I'm talking about Sneasler. I
Sneasler, I
actually really like
Sneasler's
Sneasler.
so cool. Sneasler
Hmm.
is so cool. I would A tier Sneasler, not S, but if you want S, I'm willing to let you have it
Okay.
because poison fighting. Yeah, you don't want to fight a psychic type, but I think I think it did a really good job of being in the Weavile family and being different enough that you're like, this is definitely not just a copy and paste, but
Hmm.
being similar enough that you're like, I see it. I see it. But I love Sneasler, and the whole climbing thing is definitely it's definitely got to be up there. I like how sassy it is. Unlike Snivy, who I want to kick in the eyes, Sneasler is definitely a good thing.
I originally didn't like the design very much when I first saw it, but you know what? It's one of those designs that it's really grown on me, and I don't even know why it's grown on me. Like, there's nothing that I can point to
Well,
and say this originally, this like I didn't originally like how lanky it was, but now it makes sense because it's a climbing Pokemon.
the hair is nice.
There's nothing I can point to and say this is why I prefer it now than when I originally saw it. But I just do,
Well,
just do.
everyone likes or liked Weavile.
Oh yeah,
So when it came
yeah.
out, they were like, "This isn't Weavile. Go away." But see, I never had this attachment to Weavile that everyone else seems to have. So I looked at Sneasler and I was like, "Oh, this is just better Weavile for me."
I would
I've
completely agree with you there. So I'm actually going to put
I've
Sneasler
grown to, I've grown to like Weavile more.
there. Oh, okay. Well,
No, no, not more than Sneasler. I've just grown to like Weavile
okay.
more than I used
More
to.
than you used to, yeah. Well, that's a lovely
Yeah.
bridge to the next Pokemon, which I've just put to the front in, and that is it's Weavile.
B tier.
What? Yeah, I can probably say I can probably say B tier. I don't really know why I'm putting it to the top. We're not really putting them in
Everyone,
order.
everyone loves, everyone loves Weavile. Everyone loves Weavile, but he just looks like he's got an Aztec headdress on, and the only attachment I have to Weavile is Sneasel was my first random shiny in Scarlet and Violet. I found it. I was 7 gyms in. I was on the mountain, and I looked at a group of Sneasel. I went, that one is awfully pink, and then I caught it, and it's been with me since.
I think
That's
I
my
think
only attachment to Weavile.
I think I like I don't have much history with Weavile, and Watermelon Car will probably be able to vouch for me on this because I know that they were watching a lot of my BDSP Nuzlocke streams. I was gonna use a Weavile for the Elite Four for Garchomp, but it doesn't learn
Yeah,
any decent Ice type moves in BDSP, and so
no,
that's kind of soured it a little bit for me.
it's kind of crap.
Even though it's just in that one game, it's kind of soured it a little bit for me.
Yeah,
So hey, there it is.
I
Oh
mean, people have their attachments, and they can have them, but I don't got your same attachment, so don't expect me to put it in S tier just because you like it.
Okay. I'm assuming what's left is going to kind of be sort of middling now.
Middling. Other than I have a few that I would like to pick out as higher up on the list for me.
Oh, higher. Okay. Have we got any more lowers? I feel like Licky
Uh,
Licky's going to be lower down. It's certainly lower down for me. It's probably
lower
a
tier. I
C
would
for
put it.
me.
I would put it in D tier because,
Okay.
despite the fact he's called Licky Licky and his whole thing is he's got a longer tongue than Licky Tongue, you'll notice that the tongue they show is actually shorter than Licky
It,
Tongue.
it
So,
is. It is.
D
Yeah.
tier because that's a stupid oversight.
Yeah. That I do agree with
Um,
that actually. I mean,
Rhyperior.
I kind of like how goofy and derpy it looks. I kind of like goofy derpy designs. I just like them. Anyway, sorry. I continue.
Oh, I like Goofy Derpy, but sometimes you've got to understand that it doesn't look Goofy Derpy sometimes. Sometimes it just looks stupid. And Licky Licky, in my opinion, is one of those.
That's completely
Lick a
fair.
tongue? Lick a tongue? I like Lick a tongue. I think that the problem with Licky Licky was they gave it hair and they made it uncomfortably rotund and his tongue is shorter. Those are my issues. However, another lower down Pokemon that I think everyone agrees on, just in general, is Rhyperior. Strict downgrade to Rhydon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't like Rhyperior at all.
I
The orange
I
is
would
ghastly.
I get why the orange is there. It's meant to emulate a safety vest because it's the
Yeah,
construction Pokemon,
yeah,
but also
yeah.
it's stupid.
It's disgusting.
It's terrible. It looks like a flak jacket. It needs to be shot.
Mm, yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think of any other lower down ones that I can think of.
Probopass is low down for a lot of
Um,
people. I don't objectively hate it. But
oh, he's dead middle for me.
yeah, it's definitely not going to be near the top. It's not going to be an S or an A. Definitely not.
No,
I would probably go like a low B,
but it
high
is one of
C.
those. I'm going with B just because that's just how I feel about it.
Okay.
But
You know what?
Probopass is definitely one of
Sorry, continue.
Probopass is definitely one of those that's like someone will have it as their favorite,
Oh
and
yeah,
probably someone will have all of these as their favorite. But Probopass is one of those where it's like a niche pick for favorite, and I can't argue with it. Some people just like it. Some people like that it's a gigantic nose with a mustache, and that's you. I'm not gonna hate you for liking it. It's just I have no personal feelings towards it. I prefer Nose Pass. You know, it's just how it's the way it falls. I'm a Gen 3 guy, not a Gen 4 guy, which is how I feel quite neutral on a lot of these because Gen 4 for me was not really my thing. So anything from Gen 4, I either have to have a special connection to it that I got outside of Gen 4, or it just has to be so good by itself that I love it.
that's fair. That's fair. I mean,
Probopass is not one of those.
I have a quite a big attachment to Gen 4, and I'm still not a huge fan of Probopass. So, but yeah,
I can tell.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna put in a high C. I think right. We're not really putting them in order, but I'm gonna put it at the top of C tier.
Yeah, that works. That works.
Uh, okay. Out of all of these, I think my favorite is probably that it's. I think my favorite two are Honchkrow and Overquill.
Damn, Honchkrow and Overquill.
Mm,
My favorite two out of these is probably Obstagoon and Cleavor.
damn. Okay. Well, you know what? Should we just A tier all of them?
A tier all of them, yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Overquill, great
So
name. Made
Overquill,
Quillfish slightly more relevant again.
Obstagoon, and Cleavor.
Yeah, Obstagoon and Cleavor.
Nice.
Cleavor, it's got axes for hands. Axes are my favorite weapon. It was written in the stars, really. And Honchkrow, it's just a funny idea. He's got a hat. He is a mob boss.
He's got his little
Works for me.
cravat as well. I like that.
Yeah, yeah, he's got a big puffy chest. All
Yeah,
about it.
it's nice. He would fit right into Bloodborne. With
He
that
actually
getup.
would. Oh,
Yeah,
he'd be sick in Bloodborne, actually. There are crows in Bloodborne
there are.
already,
Yeah, yeah.
which I hate. Fuck those crows.
Blood starved Honchkrow boss DLC. Give it to us,
Oh,
FromSoft. Give it to
I
us.
if they modded that, I'd live for a mod like that. Pokemon. Okay, here's another one that I don't have a particular feeling on. Mamoswine.
Yeah, you know what? I've never really been hugely warm to Mamoswine's overall look. I think his proportions are very disproportionate.
He looks like a car from the side.
Yeah, it kind of I kind of think he would probably look better if his body, like all of his features here were the same, but it was on the like his body was the other way around. I think that would have looked funnier or better because
Yeah,
that kind of looks
I
like he's sticking his bum in the air, but his face is on it.
what I like about Mamoswine more than anything is I like the blue and white around the eyes. I think that's a really good design choice, but the rest I feel
Yeah,
kind of iffy on. So it's not that I dislike Mamoswine. I would B tier him personally, but it's just that I've got nothing on him, and he's sort of an odd choice.
you know what? Actually, that's fair because I've just seen Probopass there and Politoed and Slowking and I've thought I would definitely not put him in the same category as those. So that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
Uh, what do we think about Weird Ear?
Weird Ear. Stantler needed something, and Weird Ear takes the awkwardness of Stantler and makes it better. It's definitely an improvement.
Yeah, it's
So
definitely more regal looking, which I think is what they were going
I
for.
wouldn't, I wouldn't put it below B tier. Its horns, it makes the horns work as well. I wouldn't put it below B tier because it's definitely a positive thing.
Hmm.
Um, I like that it's got the snow white fur. I don't like that you find Stantler in only green areas, but whatever. But Weird Ear as a whole, the whole idea behind it, I'm willing to give it B tier, but
Yeah,
like a higher up B tier.
I'm willing to slap it in the middle. You know what? Let's put it to the top of B tier.
Out of
Uh,
all the B tiers, it's probably the one I enjoy the most.
that's fair. That's fair. Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't have any like super strong feelings towards Weird Ear personally, but like objectively, it is better than well, it is good that Stantler got something, and it does look like it would evolve from Stantler, which is always nice. You know, you have that coherency, and
Yeah,
it's a nice design overall. I think as I said, it's kind of like got that regal look. It's very sort of kingly looking.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah, yeah. It's fine, fine. We'll bang it in a
Another.
B.
You know what? I'm gonna go on record to say that Cursula is awesome. I think it should be an A tier.
Oh, okay, okay. You know what?
I
I out of every single Pokemon on this list, I actually don't really have any opinion about Cursula. So you know what? Into A tier they go.
Well, the reason people don't really think about Cursor at all is because Galarian Corsola, you had to go out of your way to find it, basically, and also it was a version exclusive. But it also isn't very good. It's quite shite, I'll be honest. But I like it's actually a fun message about global warming. It's I don't know, I just like it. Ghost types, there's a special place in my heart for basically all ghost types.
Ghost
But
types are
it's coral that has died and has basically its spirit has lingered on and it's now ghost coral, which is simple, effective. It gives you a small message about global warming without being pretentious, and I think it looks cool. I think the whole branching out of like the rock, it's like Spiritomb, but I like Cursula more, actually. I don't like Spiritomb that much. But that's why I just like Cursula. I think it's an overall positive over a negative.
No, that's fair. You know what? You've convinced me. I will definitely have a look into Cursula the next time
I'm very convincing.
I spark up. It's Shield exclusive, right?
I believe I believe it might be. I'm gonna search that up actually. You pick the next one that you want to look at.
Okay. Well, Berserker has been mentioned in chat so many times. Oh, something has just popped up on my screen. Why did it do that? Oh, it's gone now.
Check that. That happens to me all the time.
Berserker has been mentioned multiple times in chat, so I think that we should leave it till last.
Good.
So let's just do them in order now. Actually, you know
yes,
what? Let's
it
move
is.
Dust Noir
It is
there.
Shield exclusive. I just checked.
That's probably why I have not got much of an opinion in because I got Sword. I did play through Shield, but my main account is on Sword. So.
Yeah.
Crab's like,
Miss
no, don't make me
Magius.
wait.
Miss Magius.
Miss Magius.
Do you pronounce it Miss Magius or Miss Magius?
You know what? Sometimes yes, both.
I go with Miss Magius just because Simpsons.
Fair enough.
Just makes me laugh.
I think I've pronounced it both ways in the same stream before.
I mean, well, there's Miss Magius, Miss Magius, and Miss Magius.
That is, I probably said all three in the same stream before then.
Because there's mage, magic, and I don't know whatever mag means.
Crab
but
says
I
Miss
like it.
Magus.
Miss Magus, not Miss Mage-eus. You're ridiculous, Crab. What is the category? Evolutions, another generation. This is new evolutions of old Pokemon. So yeah.
Yes, it is.
Miss Magius. I would like to put it either high B or low A.
I think I was thinking A, to be honest. It's probably a low A for me. So we'll
low A then.
We'll bang it
put
in
low
there.
Because it is a definite upgrade over Mischievous.
Yeah.
It's got the big witchy hat. It's very wispy as a ghost type should be. And it's scary strong. Like its stats are not out of this world. But it is scary. 135 special attack is no, you don't trifle with that. I think it's 135. I might be lying as well, though. To be fair,
it's a lot.
But
yeah, it's a lot.
It's scary. If you get hit with a shadow ball from that thing, you're in bad shape.
That's why I was cacking my pants before I fought Fantina, because the Miss Magus.
Fantina is a scary lady.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of Drifblim as well. That HP stat's nothing to trifle with.
Yeah.
105. I'm thinking of Fluttermane. Fluttermane is 135, which is bullshit. Yeah, no, I think it's good design, definitely an improvement. Scary Pokemon. That's what you really need. But it doesn't blow me away. Like I have no personal attachment to it, and it doesn't floor me, so it's not going to get S tier from me.
Yeah, I mean, voice crack.
Join the club.
I think that I'm basically in the same park as you, really, where I really like the design. It's a good Pokemon. I used it in my Nuzlocke, and I enjoyed using it. Yeah,
Yeah.
low A tier. Boom.
Nothing wrong with liking a Pokemon because it's cool.
No,
That's
100%.
what most people feel about. That's how I feel about like 70% of Pokemon.
Yeah,
Like I don't actually have personal connection to so many
I
of them.
would
I just like, oh, this is cool.
I would agree. I would agree. I would say that
There's-
Medicham has very recently made that list as well, because I that was always one that I was kind of like really like indifferent on, and then it saved me like 5 times from having to reset, and now I love it.
Yeah, Medicham. I think Medicham's all right. Mega Medicham having huge powers, absolute AIDS though. I don't know who was thinking to do that. Just regular Medicham as well. Just why? Ursaluna. Not Ursaluna. No, it is Ursaluna.
It is Ursaluna.
Ursaring is the other one.
Yes,
Ursaluna.
Ursaluna.
Yeah, I don't remember.
My feelings
Which
towards
should tell you
Ursaluna.
all I know about it.
My feelings towards Ursaluna are very, very middling. Now, I don't play competitive, so I have no real opinion about whether it's good or it doesn't affect my opinion if that it's good in competitive.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so which take from that what you will, but I don't really care what you take from it because I don't care myself. I the
Ursaluna?
design for me, I'm gonna put him down here so he's not hovering. The design for me, I'm not a huge fan of. I prefer Blood Moon
I think
Ursaluna's design.
Blood Moon Ursaluna is definitely better, and Ursaring I'd say is on even ground with it, and Ursaring does not have a great design.
Yeah,
Ursaluna I would put at B tier because while it itself I don't really care for, I somewhat enjoyed. I don't know why I did. It took me 37 minutes to get
Peat Block.
the full moon right.
Oh,
Oh, the peat block was a nightmare in and of itself, but the full moon mechanic, I don't know why I didn't understand it. It's literally just resetting the nights, but it took me so long. But I sort of found enjoyment in it, and I found 2 shiny Budu in the time it took me to find a single full moon.
damn, that's
I
impressive.
to be fair, I've found 5 shiny Budu in my whole life, and all of them were in Legends Arceus.
I actually
But yeah,
found a shiny Budu
Ursaluna.
in Legends Arceus as well.
I found I just every time
I found
every time I went into Crimson Islands, I'd just move and I'd hear it and I'd be like, if it's a fucking Budu, I'm gonna...
I had no problem with actually the full moon, because I just watched Austin John Plays video, and he was like, oh yeah, this is what you need to do, and so I did it. The thing I had problem with was the peat block. I remember vividly, I had 3 space-time distortions before I found one, and that's a lot of time. A lot of time.
It is space-time distortions. I was like, I'm gonna get shiny Magnemite and shiny Porygon and shiny Shieldon, and it was like, no, you are not.
Yeah.
I waited for a single one, and I went, no, actually, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
This is I've lost my mind already.
Yeah. I'm still not sure if there's any actual black and white evidence on how to get them to spawn, or like how often they spawn or why they spawn. I think it depends on how long you're in each map for. But you've got to be actively doing things or something. But I don't know.
I honestly don't know. Space-time distortions were a mess. I literally just sat there until one showed up.
Yeah.
Which would take like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it takes an age. Well, we got 2 left. Dusknoir. You know what? Dusknoir for me would be an A tier. And
I agree. A tier.
That is because of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time / Darkness / Sky.
See, I was never a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon guy. I've never really played any of the spin-offs to a large extent. I've played Pokemon Quest, I've played Go, I've played Pinball, I've played Snap. That's basically it for me. I played Stadium for a bit as well. But I never got this spin-off, but I do know that Dust Noir in those is apparently quite beloved. I like Dust Noir because Dusclops, I actually think loses the charm of Duskull. And Dust Noir, while it doesn't have the charm back, it does make up for it in the fact that it's super fucking cool.
Mm. It is cool.
It's just a wicked ghost, and you know what? He has one of my favorite TCG cards, which is Dust Noir looking through the window of your house. Funniest card they could have come up with. It's amazing. He also has team up. His team up cards with Trevenant that are also quite badass.
Yeah, that I might have to research those later because that does sound pretty cool. I love Trevenant.
They are sick.
So, are you going A then? A as well?
A tier, yeah,
Okay.
I totally agree. A tier.
Finally, we get to Berserker.
Berserker.
What are your thoughts?
Better than Persian, but that's a low bar. C tier.
I have no love for Berserker whatsoever. I don't have
Crab, if I
love.
hear you speak even a sentence in the chat, I'm gonna find where you live, and I'm gonna steal your eyes. Berserker it is better than Persian for sure. Definitely a lower than Persian, 100%. But let me tell you something. Is it a bad design? No. Objectively, it's a cool design. Viking cat made of steel, wicked. But Meowth needs to stop being given things.
Yeah, it does.
It's almost as bad as the fact that Diglett got two things, which Diglett is a circle in the ground.
Mm.
That'd be like if Voltorb had two regional forms. It'd be ridiculous. Meowth does not need that much. Berserker should not exist. I'm not sad that it does. My hatred for the fact that it does trumps the coolness of its design. C tier, get him out of here.
Well, there we go. There is the list.
I think our whole S tier, most people would agree with, except probably Runerigus and Sneasler, and then everything else we're gonna get absolutely flamed on.
Yeah.
Someone that.
Sorry, go on.
It's definitely. I know what the biggest offender here is gonna be. Hitmontop in D tier is gonna get me. It's gonna have my head cut off. I'm gonna be put on the Bastille for all to see.
Yeah, you're gonna be grilled about that for a long time, I think.
I don't like Hitmontop, man.
Yeah, no, I don't really care for Hitmontop. I mean, yeah, I think we've done a fairly nice balance list here. I think you're right. I think a lot of people will agree with a lot of these, maybe apart from Runerigus. I would even argue that a lot of people would put Sneasler in S tier. I think the main thing is a lot more of these people would like Weavile, for example, would probably a lot of people would probably put higher. But
definitely.
I think we've done a fairly good job.
Well, I think like Umbreon and Espeon. I think Crobat, Umbreon, Espeon, Scizor, Magnezone, Gliscor, Gallade, all of those. I think 90% of people would agree with.
Yeah.
And then you get into A tier, and I'm like, you got Corsola. Oh, you got Cursula, Blossom, Overquill. I don't think people are going to be very happy. But I don't care. I've never cared.
Fine.
Because again...
It'll be fine.
Because again, these aren't opinions. Opinions would rely on the fact that there's a chance for me to be wrong, and there isn't. So, no opinions here.
I mean, there are some slight opinions, because there are a few we've had to middle on, so...
Well, yeah, I suppose, but that's just we had no choice.
Just the nature of the rules we set.
Yeah, so I can't tell how long we've been going for. Is this like an hour long already?
About an hour long, I think we took on that tier list. So you know what? Let's find another one, which won't be nearly as long. Well, before we go on, has anybody got any suggestions in chat? It does not have to be Pokemon related.
Dinosaurs, Transformers, weapons.
Oh, we didn't do the Gen 9 Pokemon either. let's just bring up a list
Ugh.
of new Evos in Gen 9. Okay, so there's
Oh, Gen 9. Yeah. Well,
yeah, there's
which
Quad.
cars from Cars would you smash? Doc Hudson.
The lorry.
Oh, Mac. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
I'd
uh,
smack Mac.
the two girls in the audience, the two Miatas that flash Lightning McQueen their headlights. That's a yes from me.
Okay, so uh, the Gen 9 ones. I'm just gonna go through them, and we'll just each say what tier we'd put them in. Okay, so
Yep.
Clodsire
S.
B. Annihilate S.
A.
Dunsparce A.
A.
Farigiraf
Oh,
C.
S.
Oh, C.
S. 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 S.
King Gambit B.
B.
Diplin C.
A.
Archaladon A.
B.
And Hydrapple B.
A. I like a good Hydra Pokemon.
So there we
Did
go.
we need to? I don't think we needed to, but I'll take two.
Probably not.
Mythical. We should do mythical Pokemon. There's only 23.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Whoa.
Gender tier list.
Yeah.
That's definitely.
It says it says 30.
Are they really
Oh,
including?
Finn McMissile. I forgot about Finn McMissile. Okay, they're including all the forms as
No,
well. I was going to say there's only
they're
23 mythicals because otherwise I've missed 9 mythicals off of my showdown tournament.
let's just move all of the forms to the end, and then we can just do all
Yeah,
of
I
the.
mean, does Zarude having a flower crown around its neck,
Yeah,
does that even count as a
that's
different
what I
form?
saw
Not
first,
for
and I
me.
was like, why is there two Zarudes? This is
And Gigantamax Melmetal is better off in a Gigantamax list. As a form, no one cares.
I think that's all of them. Is that all of them? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Can you have a slice of your of my cake? Sure. If you come to my house right now, you can have a slice of my cake.
I don't have cake for my birthday. I stick a candle in a loaf of bread and I just eat it.
That is hilarious.
Okay, this is good. I have lots of positive feelings towards mythical Pokemon.
That's nice for you. You know what? I don't really. So this could be interesting. You know what? Actually, why don't I think for this one? Why don't you do your list and then I'll do my list.
Why don't I do my list? You do your list. Okay. I will try to be as efficient and quick as I can.
Okay.
Uh, some of these are going to be S tier or A tier just because I like them, or D tier for the same reason. So Mew, S tier, the original mythical. It was the only mythical. It made people back in the 90s question whether they were genuinely tweaking or not because they had no idea if it was a thing or not. And, the only way to get it was to be rich. So, it's the classic. You gotta love it. Celebi, I think Celebi was a great take on the mythical thing, time traveling, fairy, onion, green. I think it's A tier just because it did a really good job. It followed Mew's footsteps, but it didn't do them just as good. So Celebi is A tier for me. Jirachi. My partner hates Jirachi more than any Pokemon on Earth because of a randomizer. And for this reason, I've come to love Jirachi more every day that passes. S tier.
Excellent
Uh,
reasoning. I
Deoxys.
cannot fault that.
Deoxys. I like Gen 3. S tier.
Cannot fault
Deoxys would
that.
be S tier because I like Gen 3. Um, Manaphy, C tier. I care not for Manaphy. Uh, Reasons I've never seen it or used it or heard about it other than that one movie. C tier. Fione, it's cuter than Manaphy. B tier. Same reasoning though. You never hear about them or care about them, but it is cuter. B tier. Darkrai, S tier. I like Shadow the Hedgehog, and that decides who I like in all edgy characters. Darkrai is the same colors. S tier. Shaman, I like hedgehogs. But Shaman, I will give Shaman benefit of the doubt. It is just a hedgehog with a flower on it. There are better designs. There are worse designs. I will give it A tier because I like it, but it could be better. Um, Arceus and Victini, both S tier. God, sick rabbit apple Pokemon. S tier. Uh, Keldeo. Now, Keldeo is a funny one. Because I don't like Keldeo. C tier. I have no specific opinion on Keldeo other than it's definitely the weakest link of its quartet. C tier. Um, Meloetta. You know what, Meloetta? I'll give Meloetta B tier because I don't have any hatred towards Meloetta. It's a fine mythical. Is it kind of a paradox that it made music, but it existed? We never found it, etc., etc. I don't understand the whole point of it. I don't know why it's mythical, but it's just a decent Pokemon. I'm not going to be like, oh, I hate Meloetta. It's fine. It's not. It's not terrible. Genesect, A tier. I I like Genesect. I get why everyone likes Genesect. Gun on its back, Kabutops potentially. A tier. Cool. It's got cool typing. The whole drive stuff that changes its typing, pretty sick. It's just a cool design. I love Robot Bug. Nothing wrong with that. Uh, Diancie. I think Diancie. I'll give Diancie B tier. B tier. I would put it A, but I've got no personal attachment to it. But yeah, I put it in B because it is cool. I get like the mutation of Carbink. That's pretty sick. Um, Hooper. Uh, to C tier. I don't really care about Hooper. I know a lot of people that love Hooper. I don't care about Hooper. It's it's a cool design. Like, the whole premise of it's pretty decent, but its movie was terrible, and so is it. Volcanion, C tier as well. Not only is that big ring on its back very dumb and stupid, it's got possibly one of the worst shinies of all time. In fact, it was so bad it made my voice crack. My throat is so dry right now. Magearna, D tier. Magearna is the worst thing to come out of Gen 7. Just period. It was it was the first Pokemon they revealed for Gen 7, and it's a mythical. You can't even use it. You need an event. It's redonkulous. D tier. I hate it. Marshadow. S tier. I love him. Best thing to come out of Gen 7. I just really like Marshadow. I I did today's three community posts I made. One of them was Marshadow versus Mew. Very important voting because they're both 3 for 3. They're both very popular wins. I think one of them will go on to take it home. But in the comments, there is no mention of Mew. It is only Marshadow, yeah, or I hate Marshadow. I don't know why, but I love Marshadow. Ghost fighting type, first of its kind. Sick mythical, obviously, so it's very strong, cute, but understandably cool and like strong. Like I don't look at it and think, oh, that'd be like if Blissey, or not Blissey, like Happiny was strong. Happini's not strong, and Happiny doesn't look strong. Despite how small it is, Marshadow looks strong. It looks like it would be strong. I love it. And the way it shiny presents itself in the Zenith form, I'm all about that. Zeraora, B tier. It's like a Sonic OC, but whatever. I don't hate it, but it does belong on Fur Affinity. Meltan, very cute. I think Meltan is very cute. Do I like the way you have to evolve him or get him in general? No. So I'll B tier him, but he's very cute. Uh, Melmetal is actually awesome. Like A tier, but I think Melmetal is awesome. I think it's a really good buff design it's a completely human design, 2 arms, 2 legs, head, body, but it's not humanoid at all. It's clearly molten steel covered in lugs and nuts. So A tier for Melmetal, I like the way they executed it. Very good choice. It is the worst evolution method of all time, though, even worse than Runerigus. Zarude, D tier. Who cares about Zarude? Not me. Pecharunt. Pecharunt. Okay, other than being the second Poison Ghost line ever after the Ghastly line, it's not a great Pokemon. No one wants to use a Pecharunt, but everyone knows Pecharunt because its story is cool. It was 2 DLCs worth of build up, and it was wicked. I liked it. I liked Poison Ghost as a typing. I think it's cool, and I think it deserves the love it gets. So I'm gonna give Pecharunt A tier. Don't do the mochi. Don't do it.
Mochi
I hate that dance.
mochi.
I hate the mochi mochi dance more than anything. Pecharunt, that's the only bad thing it's done for me. But Pecharunt would be A tier. I love Pecharunt. I love a poison type though. Poison types. Also, purple's my favorite color, so it's obviously going to be up there. I will concede to doing the forms because all of Deoxys is at S tier, Shaman's at the bottom, Keldeo at the bottom, Meloette is a C tier, Hooper Unbound is D tier, Magearn is D tier, Gigantamax Melmetal is B tier, Zarude is D tier, and Mega Diancie is C tier because I forgot to do the fight on it that one time. I got into Gen 7 and somebody's like, you didn't do Mega Diancie. And I was like, yes, I did. No, you didn't. Oh, shit.
Nice. Okay. Time for the correct list.
Just hit reset. It would just put them all back. Do you agree? We'll find out.
To be fair,
I think my list is pretty good because I made it.
To be fair, I think that there's going to be a very, very similar S tier. But we'll see.
I mean, S tier mythicals is mostly just the same for everyone.
You know what? I can't be bothered to move them all down. I'll just select them one
just
at a time.
Ignore them.
Okay, Mew is great, but you know what? It's not peak for me.
Damn.
Mewtwo.
Damn.
It's just so much better. I realize that there's obviously like
Virgin.
You know, I how did you know?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say Virgin Mewtwo enjoyer versus Giga Chad Mew enjoyer, but you cut me off when I said Virgin, so I was like, you know what, it works.
I really like Mewtwo. Yeah, but when I saw Mew for the first time, I was kind of like, it's just kind of like a less cool Mewtwo. So that's always stuck with me. So yeah, A tier. It's still a great Pokemon though, Mew. Still a great Pokemon. Celebi?
I won't argue. I won't argue with your Mew position, but I will say, isn't it cool though that they went from Mewtwo to Mew? Or from Mew to Mewtwo, they went from this cute pink cat to this giant murder machine. Yeah, I think that's cool.
That is cool. That is cool. Celebi, yeah. Again, like Celebi a lot. It's not peak for me. It is my favorite flying onion. However, Jirachi is going straight into S tier. I fucking love Jirachi. I don't know what these rectangle things are, but I've always loved they are part of the design, it really makes it for me. What are the
Oh,
rectangle things?
the rectangles in Japan, there is a tree where people write a note on it, and it's a wishing note. So they write it, hang it on a branch, and it's supposed to make your wish come true. And that's why Jirachi has wish notes
Damn.
written all over it.
Well,
But
you know
they're
what?
they're just
That's
stylistic.
made me like it even more knowing that fact.
I know it,
Uh,
and its head is star shaped because wishing stars.
oh yeah, yeah. That is yeah. As I said, great design, amazing. I love Gen 3. And yeah, just like you said, I love Gen 3. Deoxys is just so awesome. I really wanted the Deoxys when I was 8 years old, and I never got one. I didn't get one until I was like 18 years old, and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out. So yeah,
The Aura
Deoxys.
prologue is the best.
Epilogue.
Epilogue,
Yeah.
whatever. Deoxyribonucleic acid is my favorite mythical.
Manaphy is a C for me. I don't hate Manaphy, but I don't love it. Fion is just worse Manaphy. I can't believe you placed it higher. Darkrai,
Wrong.
sick.
Fiona's cuter Manaphy.
I don't know if it is though. I don't know if it is. If it, I don't know if it is. And also, like, you can get Fion from breeding Manaphy, but you can't evolve Fion into Manaphy. Or like, what's going on here? I don't.
Yeah, because Manaphy is stupid and they don't want to make more.
Well, I guess that's one way of looking at it. Darkrai
Exactly.
is so sick. It's so sick. I got
Anyone who puts
I action replayed the whatever the pass the pass item. I action replayed that
Yes.
into my into my Pokemon Platinum, and I got Darkrai semi legitimately. And I loved using Darkrai in Generation 4. I've not used one since. Not used one since. Although
well, it's kind of hard to get around to it.
I do have the event for Darkrai Shaman and Arceus on my Brilliant Diamond save file. Unplayed. So maybe I'll get around to that one day.
I just liked having I like the Darkrai quest in Legends Arceus.
Yeah, the Darkrai quest in Legends Arceus was awesome as well. Okay, Shaman. It's alright. It's okay. Victini.
She's a cute hedgehog.
Yeah, exactly. Victini is super amazing. I actually got this event legitimately when Black and White came out, and I got Victini on my team.
Oh yeah.
My first Black and White playthrough.
Love that you just skipped Arceus, by the way.
Oh, I knew I should have put them all to the end. Arceus is an A tier for me. It's like it's the god of Pokemon, and I do like the design, but it's just never quite been enough for me. It just
even
doesn't.
if you don't.
Even if I don't.
Oh, even if you don't like love Arceus, if you're like, yeah, it's kind of. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool. You got to respect it just for the idea of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do. I do like Arceus a lot. Don't get me wrong, but again,
Like,
it's just not up there with these guys.
I hate Palkia, but I respect it.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I see. I think I see where you're coming from. Yeah. It's the Lord of Space. So you kind of got to give it like a little bit of credit, but also if you don't like it, then that's fair enough. Yeah.
It is just shitty Dialga, though. No offense.
I get you. Some would disagree. I personally prefer Dialga, but some would disagree with you.
Yeah, because you're normal.
Keldeo, don't really care for Keldeo. It's like you said, it's kind of like the worst of that quartet, which didn't really need to be a quartet anyway, I don't think. Meloetta, I actually like Meloetta quite a lot. I think the design is solid. I just, yeah, wish that we could shiny hunt it in Scarlet and Violet. Those bastards.
That'd be nice.
Genesect. Genesect is, yeah, sure. Let's pop it in A tier. Again, really solid design. Really, really like it. Yeah. Diancie. I'm going to put Diancie in S tier. This Pokemon, I love the design so much. I can't really give you any more than that. But when I look at Diancie, I fall in love. So it's going in there.
It's like I said. It's like I said, man. You don't have to have a reason. Sometimes it's just a feeling.
It's just the
when I look at
butterflies in the tummy.
When I look at Zigzagoon, I feel satisfaction. I feel you. I understand you.
Oh, sorry. I thought there was going to be more.
No, I just like I really like Zigzagoon. And I understand your Diancie feelings.
Fair enough.
I have Deoxys speed form and defense form sitting cuties, by the way.
Do you?
I do. Yes, they're both sat there. They look like they're tripping incredible balls looking at my roof.
Well, oh, he's gone. Excuse me. I got a new Torterra sitting QE. Yay!
He fell.
He fell off. Yeah. He's gonna sit
Torterra.
there. Let's hope that seismic toss didn't make him faint. Hooper, I don't care about Hooper either. Volcanion, I don't like Volcanion. It's stupid looking. I agree, the ring is ridiculous. I have never used one, to be fair, but the first fire water Pokemon could have been so just elite. They could have done something so interesting, and they just came out with this thing. So he's going there.
It had to be Steam based, but they didn't have to make it literally a Steam engine.
Yeah, I mean, they could have made it so much better, I think. But then I'm not a Pokemon designer. Magearna, I'm gonna put in A tier. I really like Magearna's design. I think its typing is obviously the best typing ever. So A tier it goes. I really like the design. It's cool as well in the anime. I think it's cool. So yeah.
If you put fucking Marshadow in C tier, I'll be furious.
Marshadow is going in to S tier. I agree with you. Marshadow is better.
Yeah.
I really like Marshadow. You pretty much covered all the bases on that one. Zeraora is you know what? It's gonna go into you know what? I'll put it in B tier. And then I'm gonna put. I didn't have a very good experience with these in Pokemon Go, and I just want to forget they exist.
No one did.
Zarude, don't like Zarude.
No one had a good experience with them.
And Petrarun, I'm gonna put an A tier also. So there we go.
Yay!
That is my list.
Your list is a lot more leaning one way or the other.
Yes,
you've not got very many neutral opinions. No. You're very much I hate you or I like you a lot.
Yeah, basically. There's
I had.
To be honest with you, I'm actually surprised. Going through the list with how many I actually do. I forgot that I liked them.
Yeah.
But that's just how it goes, I guess.
Oh.
Well, I think that'll be a good place to leave.
We didn't get nearly the amount we thought we would get.
We didn't even get close to doing more than 2 tier lists. But you know what? It's
I'm sure we can reserve that for another stream.
Yeah, we can do that another time.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for joining me, man. That's very kind of you. Take time out of your day.
It's all good. I don't have anything going on. I am, however, about 20 seconds away from missing my schedule of uploading at 6 p.m. for my
Oh,
fight, so
oh
I'm
no.
gonna have to do that after this.
Okay, well, I will
That's all
let
right. I
you.
haven't. It's okay. That schedule hasn't actually been true since I announced it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I won't feel as bad
I
then.
always, I always do it on the day, and it's always like 9 p.m. It takes like
uh,
30 minutes, but I get home, I'm like, oh, I gotta eat tea. Oh, I gotta edit the facts for tomorrow. Oh, I gotta look at my phone for 4 hours. Oh, I should probably upload that fight now.
I feel you. I feel you. It takes me ages
Oh,
sometimes to build up the energy to sit in the editing chair and just start
yeah.
editing the short that I need to edit. Or I that
I,
that that Nuzlocke video, by the way, I have not got
oh
the.
yeah.
I need to make a dent into it because at the moment it's just this big looming task
Trust me.
project that needs doing. But
Trust me. If you have a full length video to edit and you have a full-time job to work around,
mm,
you will really hate doing it.
hmm
It is a massive pain in the ass. I totally get it. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I can't even bring myself to edit shorts properly. I mean, all I have to do is for half hour I have to sit down and just, turn my phone off and edit the shorts. It's easy. It takes literally almost no time. Do you know what I did before this started? I got home at what, like 2:40, and then we started this like an hour later. In between that whole thing, I could have had all my shorts edited and ready. Do you know what I did? I played like 8 chess matches and lost all of them. That's how my life is.
maybe we should have played. Maybe we should have played chess.
Oh yeah, but I'm really good at chess.
Are you? I'm
No,
I'm I used to be good, but well, maybe that's an
no.
idea for another stream.
I uploaded a chess video, and somebody with 1,000 elo, bearing in mind I have like 300, somebody with 1,000 elo commented saying they'd give me lessons if I wanted. Which
Damn.
honestly, I was like, I might take that up. Actually, I would love to be good at chess.
Mm. I think
Such a
everyone.
flex.
I
It's
think
such a flex.
everyone would be. Yeah, it is a flex. Everyone would love to be good at chess. I think.
And you don't have to be in shape.
That is true. That is true.
Can this can this live stream also count as 400 sub milestone live stream?
Yeah, I can actually. Yeah,
Birthday
yeah.
400 sub live
Yeah.
stream. Fuck it now.
I'll change the I'll change the title to it when we
When this is over.
when this is over to ranking two things with C8S, also 400 subscriber special. Yay.
Whoopee.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Crab, Shiny Hunter, Watermelon Car. Who else is currently still in the
Me.
chat?
I'm
You. Oh,
also watching as well in the Discord
you're the
call.
other person currently in the chat. Of course you are.
I am.
And to everybody else who watched, and thank you for all of you that are subscribed, because we are now 400. Yay! Thank you very much, Chris, for coming on.
That's okay.
Yeah, it was nice to hang out.
Yes. Yes.
We'll,
It is over though. It unfortunately has to end,
it
and I
does.
am gonna piss myself if I stay here any longer. So
Well,
let's wrap this up.
I will let you go and piss, and I'm gonna go and eat cake. Bye, everyone.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.